If you've been thinking about selling your KTM because everything what's going on with the brand, don't sell it yet. Let's just talk about this first. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see today, I'm filming of a different location. I'm filming here out of 701 Cycles, my motorcycle shop. In another video, I'm going to give you guys a tour and show you around, but today we're going to talk about KTM. So guys, with everything that's going on with KTM, possibly facing bankruptcy, I see everybody freaking out online, on Facebook, on the rider forums. Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's saying, I need to sell my bike, I need to get rid of it as fast as possible. I think that's a mistake, and let me tell you why. So obviously it's old news. KTM has a bunch of debts. All my research online, it's all I have, it's all that's out there. I have no internal connection to nobody, so I just know as much as you guys know, but you can Google around. So the lowest number I could find is 1.5 billion euros in debt. That's with a B, billion. So we talk about 1,500 million euros in debt. So I'm no marketing wizard, I'm no financial wizard, I don't know about big scale motorcycle manufacturing. I'm just a mechanic, I own a shop, I'm a motorcycle enthusiast. But it just seems like a lot of debt, especially since they kept acquiring more and more brand names like MV Agusta or not too long ago the Gas brand. So we have seen the KTM stocks going down, and I think there might be many different reasons for them. The whole camshaft situation really didn't help. Many manufacturers have issues, but they address it the right way. KTM was very shady about it. KTM tried to hide it. They were denying it for so long, and it was just done the wrong way. If they would have handled it, openly and said, hey, you know what, we screwed up, we're going to fix this, stay with us, I think they would have done way better. Another thing that I think where KTM really screws you and me, the customers, is the damn tech pack. I cannot understand how you can pay premium money for a premium motorcycle that is loaded with technology, and then you get to use it for, 600-700 miles, and then you have to go back to the dealer again and pay again to use that same tech that you already paid for when you bought the bike. Honestly, for me, that is a huge scam. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I don't own a KTM ADV bike. I really like the 1290, I've been looking at them for a while, I really would like to get one, but just KTM screwing their customers by charging them again to unlock stuff that's already on the bike, it just doesn't sit right with me. So there's a good possibility, that the overall treatment of the customer really didn't help the whole situation. At the end of the day, you and I, the customers, the end consumers, are the ones that keep the business going, because if we don't buy the motorcycles, any brand goes down. It doesn't matter if it's KTM, Honda, Yamaha, BMW, you name it. They need to sell their product. If they screw their customer goes somewhere else. But here's what I think the possibilities or the options are. Number one, let's hope KTM finds a way to figure out their finances and turn this thing around. I mean, it's not the first time that they faced bankruptcy, and they made a collaboration with CF Moto back then, and they found a way to keep going, and we really hope that they do find a way to keep the brand alive and just keep doing what they do, just a little bit better than what they have been doing lately. So let's just say this, if KTM goes down, it is what it is. But the motorcycles are not going to disappear. They're not going to dissolve in thin air. So we still have the bikes. We still have technicians, because even if KTM dealerships closes, you still have trained technicians. They don't disappear, they don't dissolve in thin air. So we still have bikes, we still have people that know how to work on them. There's still parts available. I mean, for your bike, the regular stuff, also of tires anyways, but chains and sprockets and brake pads, the regular maintenance stuff always will be available. A lot of it is interchangeable from other brands, from other models. And I'm very, very certain that some of the aftermarket companies will jump in it and just, keep producing parts for these bikes. And still, let's not forget that KTM doesn't produce all the parts. So all these parts are outsourced. So all what we would need is the aftermarket companies to go in and say, you know what, we're gonna sell now, I don't know, these pistons or these camshafts or whatever, just under a different name, which really doesn't matter to you and me. We just want a part. We don't care who sell it. Stuff might be a little bit more difficult to get, might be a little bit more expensive. I don't know. That's just a possibility. But I do believe that parts availability will still exist in the future. So with that said, even if you sell your KTM today, you say, well, I'm done with it. I'm afraid that I will not have parts or support down the road for my bike. We still don't know that's going to happen. I mean, they have till February to turn the ship around. So the next 3 months, we're going to be waiting and seeing what happens. I just think it's wrong to sell your bike now, knowing that the market is in the bottom anyways. And, you might regret it, because if KTM does find a way around or some solution comes up, you'll be like, man, I just wish I didn't sell my bike. So don't sell your bike yet. The market is not going to be much different now than from 3 months, Everybody knows what's going on. This is not insider, it's a public deal. So everybody that's selling a KTM now is going to get, I'm not going to say scrap price, but you're going to take a big hit. And you have the chance, the possibility that you might regret it down the road, because KTM does find a way around, or they make collaboration or something, and you just wish you didn't sell your bike. I would say ideally some other big company just steps in and invests, like Red Bull, for example. I mean, the hard enduro scene, the Signature Series, they have been collaborating forever. That would be something great to see if they just step in and keep the brand alive and keep doing what they've been doing for so many years. Maybe CF Motor steps in. They already have a collaboration going on. Who knows? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if our camshaft or part is made in Austria or in China. Come on, let's face it. That smartphone you're watching this video on right now is probably made in China. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a Samsung or an Apple. Let's face it, guys. 90% of the things we have these days are made in China. So I really don't see it that much of a deal. Also, a possibility would be that another motorcycle manufacturer steps in and just buys the brand and sell their product under the KTM brand, or they use the KTM technology and sell it under their own house brand. I mean, it kind of happened with Gas. So KTM right now owns Gas, but the Gas bikes you buy these days are just rebranded KTMs. They're not Gas motorcycles anymore. I'm going to say 80% of it, it's KTM. It has different plastics and there's a little bit different setup. They're dressed different, but at the end of the day, it's a KTM. It's not a Gas. What Gas used to be is now called Reju or something like that. I think it's an Indian company that bought it, and they rebranded those bikes. So Reju is now what Gas actually used to be. We might see something like that. Who knows? But for all us out there that have KTMs, that love KTMs, that want to see the brand going on and still exist in the future, I really think that we should try to support as much as we can, even though we got screwed for a good while, and just hope that they find a way around so we can keep enjoying the orange bikes in the future. So let's even assume that KTM goes bankrupt and goes insolvency. That means they're going to sell everything off in order to try to pay off for the debt as much as they can. All that stuff is going somewhere. It's not going to go down at the bottom of the ocean. So all the bikes that are there are going to get sold. All the parts that are sitting in warehouses are going to get sold. Even the machines that produce parts are going to get sold. So whoever buys the machinery, they're going to use it for something. So I'm really optimistic. I really do believe that there still will be part supply and even knowledge about these bikes for a good while down the road. So I'm going to say at the end of this here, if you've already been fed up with KTM and you been sick and tired of getting charged too much, or with the whole camshaft situation, and you've already been on your way out, then I understand. But for all of us that really enjoy the brand and really like to see him continue, I do have hope that down the road there is some type of solution that we can keep our bikes going. Another possibility, sounds crazy, but it is a possibility. If you have like a mint bike with very low miles and you just say, well, I cannot sell it because it depreciated so much and I'm afraid that I will not get parts, store it. So many bikes these days are worth so much money because the manufacturer doesn't exist anymore. I mean, vintage Bultacos or whatever, there's so many brands that went out of business, and today these bikes are worth a lot of money. I mean, that's not really what we want. I don't want to have a 1290, have it sitting 10 or 15 years to become a collectible, but it's also a possibility. And honestly, I do think that some people will jump on that bandwagon. I do believe that if KTM goes down, if that ship sinks, I do believe that some people are going to go in there and going to buy, I'm going to take one of these, brand spanking new, going to put them away for 10, 15 years and say, sell it for a whole bunch of money because it's 0 miles, because you can't get them anymore, because the brand doesn't exist anymore. We see that quite a bit in the motorcycle world, also in the automotive world. I mean, when the Dodge Hellcat came out, I know people, they went to the dealer, they bought two. One is in the garage and climate controlled, it got 5 miles on it. They literally drove from the dealer to the garage and I was sitting there, and the other one they drive around. I'm like, why don't you drive the other one? It's like, no, it's going to be an investment. In 10, 15 years, that thing is going to be worth that much because it got 5 miles on. So yeah, that's another possibility here. So guys, at the end of the day, all my information is from online research, just like you do. So I don't know much more than you guys do. All I really wanted to say is that I think it's a little premature just to sell your bike yet, because of that possibility down the road that, KTM won't be around for much longer. So with all these years where we put up with all the crap that KTM threw of us, and we still love the bikes and we still buy them and we still enjoy them, I do think that these bikes will still be on the road for a long, long time. All right, guys, this is all what I have for today. So just think about it. Hold on to your bike for a little longer. Let's see what happened. Let's give them a chance to move stuff around. And let's pray for the best. Guys, I see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and see you soon. Auf Wiedersehen.